Hey everybody, it's Maniac 4 Bricks. Everyone from Garden's Log has set up everything for tomorrow with only a couple things here and there we still need to work on. But for right now, I'm the last person here with the whole setup. I technically could have left earlier, but I wanted to give you a little mock showcase for today. So, we'll take a look around. I'm going to start off with my stuff. There's only a little bit of improvements or tweaks here and there. Some of the stuff you may have seen before on the channel or previous mock showcase live streams, but we'll start off there, make it nice and simple, and then we'll go to the other stuff like Olaf back here. Brick Boy Builder 18 Animations, nice to see you in here, and thanks for the like. All right, bringing things around to my side, right behind the Garden's Log sign, but still able to see this. Big Bird came intact, going pretty good. It's actually pretty easy for this one to be taken apart and bring a show to show. It's only had a bag and half of a container that surprisingly it survives it. So happy with that one. How it turned out. No issues, no big repairs. Pretty much all three of these vignettes have been shown before. Still need to do a video on the Breakfast Club one for the YouTube channel, but I have shown. No, I did a video on this one. This is the one I needed to do a video on for the YouTube channel. But they all made it intact, had all the pieces, just a couple minifigures that's, strewn about here and there, but no big deal. Easy to put back together. Little Shop of Horrors did have a little bit more of modifying. The plants in the background changed up a little bit. It's a little hard to tell, so I'm not too worried about it. But basically just what plants were in what spot. And I'm also not holding it at the right point, so sorry. I'm having a hard time with this because I'm facing the other way. Hold on, let me try. I think that there we go. That'll work. So yeah, a little bit of change up in here, but not a big deal. It does not have the plants from plant stuff, although that would be funny to throw in there with the actual plant. But yeah, Rocky Horror, same as before as far as display. Not much modified to it since the last show. Breakfast Club, good there. This Big Bird again. And now we have no viewers, okay. Bart Simpson, 100% intact. That is a surprise. That is a gift because usually there's some of the top that comes off, some of the sides that pop off, or it might detach from the base plate. So I'm really surprised how that one was no issues whatsoever to fix it back up for this show. Cinderella's glass slipper has 4 to 5 modifications at this point. Bricks and Pieces, nice to see you here. Glass Slipper has had 4 or 5 modifications. It was made at Brick Fair, Virginia, or right before Brick Fair, Virginia last year. And I've had it for a couple shows because it's very fragile. I mentioned before on the mock video about this over a year ago. And I did modify this a bit. It uses the same parts, if not a little less than before, but it still looks pretty good. I just tried to extend this out a little bit more so it's not as beefy and not as short. So it feels like a better slope going down to the end of it. It's not it's not scaled to any foot or anything, but still looks pretty good. Just enough intact, but I did basically have to do that one almost over again. The only intact parts were the sides of it. Then we have the self-mock, going pretty good. He still has a couple issues with the arms. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best way to go about it. If I should just take out some of the bulk on him and try to tighten up gears or something like that. But I think he'll be fine for the weekend, even if his arm falls down a bit. Jason, pretty good. He doesn't have any joints outside of ball joints, so I'm not worried about him. We have the bumper car mock, which came out about earlier this week or so, maybe last week. But yeah, this has a little bit more added onto it, as you can tell from the front. I've added on some lights on the sides, not actually flashing lights, but the idea of colored lights. Add a queue line in here, so that's looking a lot better. There is room for fitting a minifig right after the queue line, stepping up there if I wanted to. Turnstile, very nice and simple. Not trying to actually fit a minifigure through there, but still get the point across. A little control area for the driver here, the one operating the ride. As far as function in here goes, it's not much different from before. I did use the roof to cover a bit of this. Haley, nice to see you here. So not much has been modified to the top of it, but I'm considering a couple options. One thing I did is add a few half bushels in there between some of the axles and try to make it a little bit easier because these still kind of like drag a little bit, and they have just enough space to pass each other. So it may, as far as my end of the table, but we'll take a look at everything else. Some of this I don't recall if I've shown it before, or just might have it redone from before. But basically, with the Greenberg show, we would have for Garden Slug, we would combine a whole bunch of people's MOCs and modular buildings and a couple vehicles in there, and have some train running around it. Hence, how we're available for the show. We have trains. So, Dan Boggs, nice to see you here, and thank you, Haley. So a lot of the regular modulars you'll see through here, or like recolored versions of the modulars. For example, this one you might have seen before, but it's now in blue instead of, I think, green? I can't remember what the original was. The original's probably around here somewhere. I got the school bus in here. I actually am going to modify this a little bit. I'm going to add a tile that I meant to do a long time ago that has a stop sign on it. That would make more sense. Got a small pickup truck in here. This is actually a little bit of road rage. We decided to add a little story to some of the areas of it. But yeah, this guy's driving too slow and she's just right up on his butt. But they're both angry drivers. So that's just funny for the expressions on them. Another one of my MOCs in there. Yep, nice road rage. It gets even better as I go further down. So a pet shop, pretty much the same as before, but the building next to it is like the pet shop modified. So it has different colors to it. It has a different entrance to it. And it looks more like a bridal shop. So you can see like the gowns in there. Yes, there is an integration of mini dolls and minifigures because we don't discriminate. There's just an elves building in here. I'm not exactly sure what the specialty is. We got the Palace Cinema on the side. Lots of other vehicles around here. Got my building in there, or my vehicle in there. I do have two buildings from Subside Heights that are actually going to make an appearance here. They never were intended for shows, but they'll fit in here. The hospital that I've had is going to fit over where the ambulance is. There's a little driveway to, move it out to the street. And then over here is going to be the police station, fire station. So I'm happy I got that done so that it looks complete from the outside. And, will fit nicely in between the buildings. It's not going to be as tall, but it's no big deal because we do have shorter buildings like this pizzeria, which is very nicely done. Kind of based on the Bricktober pizzeria from a while ago from Toys R Us. This is the other part of the pet shop, I believe. Or, it's one of the buildings. Yeah, I think the pet shop went with it. But this is like reversed and then, different colors added to it. So, like, it still stands out for a building. Not bad. Got a criminal inside of this vehicle. He's got some money out the back. There's a little birthday party shop, cake shop sort of thing in here. There's a couple of custom buildings. I love how these look. And I love the design with the cheese slopes on the ends of them. I don't really know the interior of them that well. Some of them that are fully fleshed out, some of them not so much. But since they're not mine, I'm not going to touch them. We got an accident along here, so another scene is set up for the moment. And it's like this car is blocking this direction. We got a few cones around it. This guy's making a U-turn because it's supposed to go like that way. And there may be another train fit in here. We may have another track around for train. It really depends on how some of the road will lay out. We do have to replace some of these on the ends, but we'll figure it out soon enough. I'm going to take you behind the curtain, behind the wall, to this area where a little accident over there, overturned truck. There's a little skateboard guy that's looking nervous. He's just evaded the scene of the crime, the scene of the accident. Got a couple cars coming in to help out with that. Ambulances, fire truck, police vehicle. We got the town hall, the greengrocer. That's the one I was thinking of before. On the other side, there's blue. There's a greengrocer, the original one. Fire brigade, and the brick bank, which actually looks nice in the corner there. Not a bad spot. So hospital will go into this area for me. I think it looks good enough that it'll fit there. Like, it's not going to be, anything open-aired on those sides. If anything, it would just be like that, but it's not too bad. It'll work. And we got the I forgot what they're called. Detective's office. Along here, another custom building. It's supposed to be like, fixer up, abandoned sort of building. I may also bring in Astro Bistro if I can get some work with it tonight. Trying to modify that and like at least get the shell of it done. I don't know about the interior. There's some things I may still have to play around with, but I can get like probably the outside portion rebuilt. Market Street, got that little one in here. We got the Parisian restaurant and the Grand Emporium. So there will be a little bit more added in here when we come back in tomorrow morning for different buildings, vehicles, layout around the track, and more flowers and things like that. So it may look empty now, but I'll probably have more footage later of how that goes. Also, I'm thinking about doing some footage for the rest of the convention area. This is a lot of train setups. I know people like the trains, so giant train over there. Yeah, if you actually are here tomorrow, we're in like the very back corner. We usually are for the Greenberg shows. Like main lobby is way over there. And you like walk through a lot of other stuff. And when you see the big train, you know we're pretty close. But yeah, they have a lot of other train stuff around here. Even smaller in scale to Lego. I mean, look at that. It's crazy. I don't know how they make the trains run like that. I'll try to get more footage at a later time, maybe do it as its own video of the different layouts at Greenberg, like Saturday, Sunday, see how that goes. There's still a lot of construction for it being set up, so we're just seeing like a snippet of it right now and be more fleshed out later. I love the diorama, like trees and landscape on it. It's great. There's just a little preview for now. We'll get back to the Lego in just a bit. There's no way you could do this on a Lego scale, or if you could, it takes a lot of work. to narrow it down that much and to make it still detailed. So this is a little area called Fairyland. We've had this as a Duplo train display for several shows, usually Greenberg involved with it. So this train will actually run, has a battery in there, motor to bring it around the track, and even has a little hill on the back. It's cute. I like it. It's got a lot of color, and I like the rainbow in there too as well. A little playground. That looks pretty good. I may be able to put together a playground for tomorrow for the rest of our city setup. It doesn't really have a name for the city. Just kind of like different every show. Like generally have the same kind of stuff, but different orientation. No set placement on certain things. There will be a skyscraper in there. I will have a floor to contribute to it if I get the right parts together, because I did have a bunch of them. I was scrambling around for other MOCs, so I will see. I think for the most part it'll work. We got Tim's area. He has one. I think this might have been the same one from Brickfest, New Jersey. I might have shown it on there before with like a nice beach setup. I really do like how the roof is done for the juice bar. That looks great. We got another one of his scenes of like a dinosaur Jurassic exhibit. Not exactly Jurassic World or Park, but it has the dinosaurs from it. It looks pretty good. I definitely like how the rock formation is shaped, like getting the slope in there. The trees also look pretty good. Should make palm trees like that, or something like that. So there will be an area set up in here tomorrow. Just had to bring in more stuff for it. I think that's Andy's area, if I remember correctly, but we'll see more about that later. Then we have Andrew's area. He does a lot of Bionicle MOCs and customizations of other mechs. So he has this whole line of Raptors, and what's really nice is he even made his own name tags and like little cards for each of these. So I don't know if I could slow it down enough to get you to read every one of these, but the detail is considerable. The ones in the background are somewhat modified from their G2 versions of Bionicle, like the ones in 2015 and 2016. So they have a little more articulation than the ones that actually came out in the sets. We got the Fire Mech from Ninjago movie, and this has a little bit more articulation to it. A couple of the joints moved around, so you can actually have bendable knees. A little top heavy. I'm just hoping it doesn't fall over overnight. We have several Rose designs. He's had up for some time, and a nice vase to go along with them. And that's the official one from Lego. A few of his Brick Fair awards. And then there's this very nice sculpture based on, I believe, his grandma. So there's also a card there for that as well. And very accurate. Very nice. And we're almost coming back around to where we started and where the thumbnail was. Where we have a gigantic Olaf display. It's no camera trick. This thing is pretty tall. And along with it, we have some other Olaf-related merchandise. Disney Infinity figures. Some of the bobblehead sort of looks of Olaf, a plush version or two. There's a lot to it. I'm pretty sure this thing is solid, but it's handled with care, just to be sure that it doesn't, collapse. He does have some feet. He's just currently sitting, but the feet don't really hold him up, from what I've been told. And the hands actually do have a bit of articulation to them. The gears in there actually allow the fingers to move a little bit more than just the ball joints. So that's pretty cool. And I'll just give you from me standing here, perspective. This thing, from the table, is a little bit taller than me standing up. About a little more than 5.5 feet. I don't remember exactly, and it doesn't say here how big Olaf is, but he's pretty big. I know the card says life-sized. Might be a little larger than life-sized. But it works. I mean, it's almost as tall as the regular Garden Slug sign. So there's that. Alright, as I wrap things up around here, I'll do a little bit of showing around the different areas. This is actually... Oh, there we go. So I do have to bring out a couple more stuff for tomorrow, like I said earlier. So I have to bring these boxes with me back to my car, safely transport them and such. But I'll grab that. It's kind of like what we did last time we did the MOC showcase, where I'm walking to the car for it. Overall, setup was pretty good. I have to see as far as tonight, after the stuff we need for the town area, I might be able to throw another something in there. Because it's I have a lot of smaller MOCs, not one massive one. You can see the difference between the tables. It's a little bit smaller than what our normal Garden Slug display is, but we still make it work. It's still going to be enough room to make things happen. I'm good with that. Alright, so as we head around, got a few other things in here. You can probably even hear some of the trains. It's 90% trains for the entire show. If they're not on display, they are for sale. So there are a lot of vendor tables all throughout, but there's also a lot of display areas. I do occasionally have some toys in here, so this one in particular has a lot of plushes. Viewfinders. Oh, or Viewmasters. Whichever the word is. Yeah, okay. Actually, I might have to look through here. Because, I gotta see if they have any Lego ones for the Happy Meal. Excuse me. I wonder if they have any Lego Happy Meal boxes or toys. M&M's toy. I haven't seen that before. Oh, hello, Mickey. You're kind of close. Yeah, they're just doing an announcement like, get out of here soon. But, you know, I'm on my way. Oops, oh, excuse me. Yeah. Lots of different toys for this one in particular. I'm going to bring you over. I mean, I'll be able to see him mostly for tonight. Oh, that's familiar Lego set. 3432 NBA Challenge. I talked about that recently in a video. And once or twice on Instagram, I think. Hey, Melvin, how's it going? Yeah, a lot of different toy vendors here. Outside of the train vendors. It's historic for my channel that I would have something else here. Of the, there's usually one or two other people involved with Lego, or has Lego stuff here, but usually as a vendor. And they also have a lot of Disney stuff. They would normally be here. I will be passing by there tomorrow and possibly Sunday to see how everything will go. In the past, I've gotten like dozens of minifigures, base plates, occasionally some sets or pieces. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to be a huge, like, hauling a ballin' sort of thing. Oh, Hot Wheels. You got my attention. Alright. A little faded. But yeah, if you're really into trains, you'll love this one. A lot, like I said, 90% train stuff here. So all different kinds of scales of trains. Several types of toys as well. I know this vendor had a couple of Lego sets out before, mostly newer ones. I don't know if there's others around, but I'll get footage where I can. If you have any comments or requests, let me know so I can prepare for tomorrow as far as what to capture, what you'd like to see. I love toy trains. A classic. I got a couple of those videos, I believe. or something very similar to them. I do have the Hard Hat Harry. This was, I believe, an area that they had Brick Fair, New Jersey, a year ago? Maybe. I can't remember. Excuse me. There we go. Hashtag convention life. I actually did think about bringing back a MOC, but I'd have to see how things go tonight as far as packing and everything. Luckily, the show starts at 10, so that gives me a good amount of room, like, to get it out in the morning. It's about an hour drive for me, assuming there wasn't crazy traffic or anything. But, yeah. If it's strange, I'm watching it. Debating on working on redoing my HO layout. Yeah, I will. I don't know if I'll have live stream footage of it tomorrow, but what I could try when I get here tomorrow early, I could try to get a bunch of other stuff, like record it, compile it, put it into a video to be like, here's this table full of train stuff. Here's this table full of train stuff. And I don't know, expect it to be a long video. It would help if I actually opened up go. I also had to bring 1 or 2 signs for tomorrow for do not touch sort of stuff. I have to print them tonight because I had my own design for them, and I have to check how my stands are. And it can fit right in between the parts of the table. Just a matter of doing it and bringing it. All right, we've done enough jibber jabber for now. I will try to get footage tomorrow of the different tables for displays, and sometime later I could throw it up as a couple YouTube videos, like Greenberg Part 1 or something. As far as the MOC showcase, I'm pretty much done here. There may be other stuff I could throw, like when we get a little bit more updated about it, I might throw pictures or video or something elsewhere. Whatever you call it. On like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. I don't expect doing a whole nother video about, the additions. Even though I did that at Brickfest, that was justified because there were a couple tables worth. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Melvin. I will have a good time at the convention. I'll see what I can do as far as fixing up the bumper cars, so hopefully they can run most of the time without me watching over it. And everybody else, have a good weekend.